Okay, this is just a quick little video because I couldn't find a video for this page 13 example, so I thought I'll just make one today. Okay, so the goal is to solve this graphically. If you haven't already seen the video for 7.2, you better go back and watch that or you'll have no idea what I'm doing. So remember that when you're graphing things to solve the equation, you actually turn the left and right sides of the equation into two different graphs. So the left side is going to be just y equals 5, which is a pretty easy thing to graph. Here, let's just graph that just to get it out of the way. So y equals 5. What does that look like? All right, on here, we kind of have to shrink this a bit maybe. There we go. So y equals 5 is this line here. I'll do it in purple. There we go. I don't know what, you know what, why did I make that dotted? This isn't an asymptote or anything, this is an actual line. Let's do that again. So y equals 5. Steady hand. That's pretty good. So there we go. So that's y equals 5. Okay, now the other one. How do I graph that? I might want to put in a parent function. Do I have a really light pen I could use? Ooh, that's a very light pen. I'm going to make a light blue pen. So my parent function here, is going to be y equals 3 to the x. So y equals 3 to the x goes through here. When x is 0, y is 1. When x is 1, y is 3. When x is 2, I jump up to 9, which would be, let's see, 7, 8. Well, that would be way up there someplace. When x is negative 1, I get a third. I'm just approximating a third. And negative 2 would be a ninth. 3 squared is 9. Yep. So here we go. We're going to go up. Okay, and I want that dotted actually. So this is the easiest way to do. Oh, that didn't work. I thought I could just kind of go through and make, no, that's not going to make it. Oh, well. I thought that was a good idea, but it failed. Yep, of course. Okay, there we go. There's my dot. Okay, so there's my parent function. Okay, so how is this parent function changing? So now let me go back to a black pen here. There we go. So this function is now changing because we are x minus 1, so we are shifting 1 unit to the right and shift 2 units up, right? Minus 1 plus 2. So take this point here, shift it 1 to the right and 2 units up, and it's actually there now. Now I'll take the point that used to be here. I'll shift it 1 to the right and 2 units up. And there's, I think, my solution. I don't think there's any possible way it crosses anywhere else, but I'll keep going. What's this point? I shift 1 to the right and 2 up. This plus 2 is actually going to be my new, oh, hang on, 2 up. I only went 1 up. There we go. This plus 2 is actually going to be my new horizontal asymptote, because there's no possible way that graph can ever touch 2, because the only way this y1 graph could ever be 2 is if 3 to some power was 0, and 3 times itself any number of times can't be 0. So this is my graph. It's going to go up this way and curl back that way. So I has a solution. Where is that? That is the point x equals 2. And notice I don't care what the y coordinate is because this equation didn't really have any y's in it to begin with, right? I'm solving this. These y's were my invention. I added that to the situation. I'm solving for x and I have a solution. The solution is x equals 2. Let's check it algebraically. So 5 equals 3 to the x minus 1 plus 2, right? Let me double check. Did I copy that right? Yep. Okay, so step 1 is I'd move the 2 to the other side of the equation. And then I'd make a new equation. 3 to the 1 is equal to 3 to the x minus 1. Therefore, 1 is equal to x minus 1. So x is equal to 2. And there we go. Okay, so there's some questions for you to practice like this on You have to go back. This booklet's in a dumb order. You have to go back to, is it page 8? I think it's page 8. Yep, there it is. Solve the following equations graphically. So we already did 1 to 3, so now you can do 4 and 5. As well as you can do the assignment for, the rest of the assignment for 7.2, which is actually before 7.2. Again, the order here is dumb. You can now do numbers, let's see, you can now do numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8. You might want, you could try number 9, but we're actually going to do questions like number 9 much later. We're actually going to do chapter 8 first. So 5 to 8 is basically on this page, and 5 to 8 on that page, 4 and 5 on that page. And then if you want more practice after that, remember there's always the textbook assignments that you can see at the end of the lesson, right? Because we just did a lesson on exercise or on page 13, and if you want more practice, you can always just go to the textbook page. Okay, that's it. You can have a few minutes to work now. I'm just gonna shrink that down, and we're done.